most welcome for the Apex
Ex-WWE star says Randy Orton legitimately disliked him. Details incident with the Viper. A former WWE superstar recently discussed his relationship with Randy Orton. He claimed the Viper legitimately disliked him. Tank Toland, FKA James Dick, had a 3-year run in the Stamford-based company, during which he wrestled in OVW and on SmackDown. In a recent interview with the Wrestlingthen And Now podcast, the 51-year-old stated he was the first ever to get hit with an RKO from Orton as they went head-to-head in OVW. Meanwhile, the former superstar disclosed that he was recently discussing the business with his girlfriend when he told her that the 14-time world champion had an issue with him that he found out about later. He claimed that although everyone seemed to like him when he was in OVW and WWE, somehow he got on the 44-year-old legend's bad side. Just today, I was talking with my girlfriend about, the business and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, Randy Orton, man, for some reason, he just didn't like me. I was like, no one said they didn't like me up there. Everyone seemed to like me. And I said, but Randy Orton, for some reason, I caught wind that he kind of had an issue with me. I said, I don't know why. But I said, I found out later. He said Toland recalled an incident before an OVW show at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom that he was told was why Orton disliked him. He pointed out that he was asked to call the Viper from his trailer when the latter probably thought he was bossing him around. I was in the same trailer as Danny Davis. He said, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go over and get Randy? I just need to talk to him about the match. And I was like, yeah, no problem. So I just go over to the other trailer. I'm like, hey, Randy, Danny needs to see you when you got a second. And he's like, okay. Supposedly, he felt like I was being a big dog telling him what to do. Like what? That's the story I get. So for some reason, he thought I'm some cocky, big dogging guy. I was like, hey, kid, go over there. And I was just doing what I'm told. Former WWE star is a fan of Randy Orton's in-ring work. Despite admitting that Randy Orton disliked him, Tank Toland showered the Viper with praise for his in-ring work in his interview with the Wrestlingthen And Now podcast. The former WWE superstar gave the 14-time world champion credit for his longevity in the wrestling business and not pursuing an acting career in Hollywood like some of his peers. I think he's a hell of a wrestler, a hell of a worker. I think he's fantastic, and he's someone that stayed with the business. He stayed there for, pretty much didn't go Hollywood or anything like that. Not sure if he had the same opportunities that some of the other guys had, but, So, I give him credit for being a real staple in the business. He said Orton is currently out of action due to an injury he sustained at the hands of Kevin Owens. WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray recently discussed whether the Viper could return to win the Royal Rumble and challenge Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41. It would be interesting to see when the 44-year-old WWE legend will return to television. Kim Orton shares an update on Randy Orton a month after he was taken out of action by Kevin Owens. Sends 3-word message. Kim Orton has shared an update on Randy Orton, who was taken out of action by Kevin Owens in November on an episode of WWE SmackDown. Orton and Owens had developed quite an alliance in early 2024. At WrestleMania XL, they competed in a triple threat match for Logan Paul's United States Championship, but were unsuccessful in dethroning the Maverick. Following Owens' betrayal of Cody Rhodes, he proceeded to turn his back on the Viper. On Instagram, Orton's wife, Kim, shared a family photo featuring the Viper. The multi-time WWE World Champion seemed healthy and didn't need the support of a neck brace after being hit with a brutal piledriver by the prizefighter. Sam Roberts stated that Triple H had warned Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes about Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is solely responsible for taking Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes out of action, courtesy of the piledriver he delivered to both superstars. On the Not Sam Wrestling podcast, Sam Roberts recalled a segment that aired on SmackDown where Triple H warned Orton about Owens. He said it also goes back to Randy Orton saying, I want a match with Kevin Owens, and Triple H saying, no, and Randy saying, stop trying to protect Kevin Owens, and Triple H saying, I'm not trying to protect Kevin Owens. I'm trying to protect you. But now, this is the Kevin Owens that even Triple H months ago. Everything counts, all this stuff, it's all been kind of laid out. It was laid all out. And it's like, this is what we told you was coming. Owens was unsuccessful in winning the undisputed WWE Championship from Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. Post-match, he ambushed the American Nightmare and took him out of action. He and Orton were scheduled for a singles match at Crown Jewel. However, the match never occurred, as both men brawled around the arena. Randy Orton's in-ring future took an unsettling turn during the November 8th episode of WWE SmackDown after a brutal encounter with Kevin Owens left the Apex Predator severely injured. After Owens executed a banned piledriver, Orton was left motionless in the ring, a moment that has since fueled concerns across the wrestling world. That WWE later confirmed that Orton suffered a serious spinal injury, leaving fans questioning his future in the ring. The moment that led to Orton's injury began with a heated brawl between him and Owens. Though Orton initially had the upper hand, Owens found an opening and delivered the piledriver, a controversial move that is rarely seen due to its high risk. WWE announcer Michael Cole reported shortly afterward that Orton was receiving medical attention and being evaluated for possible cervical injuries. Orton was stretchered out of the ring and taken to a nearby medical facility, with his longtime friend Cody Rhodes by his side, emphasizing the gravity of the situation. Hours after the performance, WWE released a statement confirming Orton's serious injuries. Randy Orton has been diagnosed with a cervical cord neuropraxia. There is no timetable for his return. The formal news calls Orton's future with WWE into question, prompting debate about how this injury will affect his career. Cervical cord neuropraxia, a condition seen in athletes who endure heavy physical trauma, is defined as a temporary neurological deficit caused by spinal cord trauma. While the condition generally resolves within 15 minutes to 48 hours in adults, Orton's situation is complicated by existing health concerns for WWE. His absence could leave a gap in the roster, as Orton remains one of the most experienced and popular wrestlers within the organization. However, WWE has assured fans that they will provide updates on Orton's condition as more information becomes available. Until then, fans are left to remain hopeful and send well wishes for the former world champion's recovery. While it remains unclear how long Orton's recovery will take or if he will make a full return to the ring, the incident on SmackDown has certainly left fans and industry insiders hoping for the best. The unpredictability of professional wrestling has proven time and again that injuries can impact a career in seconds, and Randy Orton's situation underscores the intense physical toll the sport can take on its top athletes. Randy Orton's F.